bonuses. It's making it very complicated, it seems, but how many ways around it do you think the bankers will find?
Exactly. It is making it extremely complicated, and I think the aim was actually to increase transparency. And I think it's actually going to have the reverse effect. We're going to find that the banks are going to find much more complex ways to try and get around this. They need to remain competitive globally, not just within the EU, but globally, to keep those star performers over here. And that really is going to involve having good bonuses, good pay structures. We might have expected to see sort of base rate pay go up, but I think included in this legislation is they're going to make it extremely difficult for banks to actually raise base rates to significant levels as well. So overall, it's going to be quite a messy process. There's going to be a lot more complexity involved in pay structures, which is not necessarily a good thing.
Are we going to see a lot of bankers leave the industry voluntarily?
I don't think necessarily leave the industry, but they might be looking to perhaps spread their wings globally and move to different areas of the world, not necessarily to stay in Europe. And I mean, you know, these are big sums of money that we're talking about, so they're going to be looking to the areas which are most competitive.
On RBS, just looking at the share price, down about 1.25% at the open. And it seems like the market's focusing on this loss rather than this operating profit number after all these charges.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it has been a scandalous year, and it's a bit of a shame, really, because all those scandals, all those charges, they really have distracted the markets from perhaps any progress that has been made as far as the 5-year restructuring plan is concerned. Now, that 5-year restructuring plan terminates this year. 2013 is the end of that. So there is still a lot of work to do. I mean, they do speak quite heavily in the report about sort of increasing their capital cushion this year. So there is still a lot to do. But unfortunately, the banks, they are looking like they're going to be suffering a little bit this morning.